Hello and welcome back to another video, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Justyna. Welcome to my channel. If you are a returning viewer or listener, welcome back and thank you for joining me today. So here today I'm going to talk about the June 2025 monthly horoscopes. I think it's a good month. Jupiter is moving into its sign of exaltation on June the 9th. And then we've got a full moon in Sagittarius with a karmic undertone here. This full moon will square the nodal axis, so the north node in Pisces, the south node in Virgo. Mars is moving into Virgo. So here a good few weeks following the 17th of June for engaging in activities that require precision, where you can be detail-oriented as well. And also on the 25th, a beautiful, beautiful new moon in Cancer, nurturing, caring water sign Cancer. And this new moon is supercharged with the energy of Jupiter and also with a beautiful sextile which is connected to opportunities with here Mars in Virgo. So it sextiles Mars in Virgo. So lots of motivational energy, drive, courage with this alignment. So let's see how June 2025 will influence your zodiac sign. This horoscope is most accurate for your rising sign. However, you can also watch it for your moon sign or your sun sign if you wish, just to get a bigger picture and a wider perspective upon your life. Thank you very much, and let's begin. Hello Aries, and welcome to your June 2025 monthly horoscope. We start with Jupiter moving into Cancer, the sign of its exaltation, into your fourth house. So a really amazing placement for Jupiter. And Jupiter will generally bring a lot of positive energy into your area of home and the foundation of the chart, of your birth chart. This area rules home, property, and your roots, where you come from. Jupiter brings a lot of blessings to this area of your life. If you experienced instability, or perhaps if you experienced an internal restlessness recently, then this shift of energy marks a major turning point, allowing you to ground yourself deeper, allowing you to find more comfort, fulfillment, emotional fulfillment, security, stability at your home. Because here Jupiter's influence supports building a stable, emotionally fulfilling home, both physically but also on a spiritual level. So here expect improvements, opportunities as well related to family. Perhaps you'll be relocating or buying a property, adding an extension, for example, as well. You might be reconnecting with your roots. This energy can also improve your family relationships, family dynamics as well. Something to watch out for throughout the duration of this transit is perhaps a tendency towards overextending yourself financially on domestic matters, especially if they lack long-term security here. That's quite significant, especially with Saturn moving into your first house between 2025-2026. So overall, Jupiter in Cancer will help you to bring more fulfillment, emotional stability into your home. It can also strengthen your relationships within family dynamics. Now, on June the 11th, we've got a full moon in Sagittarius. A full moon occurs when the sun and the moon are in opposition. And here the moon is fully illuminated. This is the middle of the cycle. And of this cycle, here in the sign of Sagittarius. So we always have to look at the new moon that occurred 18 months prior, if we will look at it from the gestation lunar cycle, and that would have been around the very, very early days of December 2023. See what you started, what you initiated, anything to do with long-term long-distance journeys, spiritual growth, personal development, knowledge, higher learning. This is the area that's activated here. So here with a full moon, this is about major breakthroughs, realizations, turning points, your life path, your life direction. Here is also highlighted. We've got a square. This full moon will square both the North Node in Pisces and the South Node in Virgo. It is happening at 20 degrees of Sagittarius. So here we've got the mutable energy of the fire sign Sagittarius, which also makes this full moon emotionally charged towards movement, toward action, expansion here with that ninth house influence as well. And also with that need to perhaps redefine your life philosophy, your belief system. And you might be seeking to gain more clarity in terms of the direction that you're heading in your life. And with the squares to the nodal axis as well, so that's your 6th and 12th house activated. This suggests that generally here you might experience a certain degree of misalignment between your perhaps between what you emotionally feel that is right at this point in your life, and perhaps what fate or any synchronicities in your life are quietly guiding you towards. So this could be a turning point when it comes to your beliefs, life philosophy, your life direction, for example. The ninth house represents the higher mind, but with the full moon here in tension with the nodal axis, perhaps you need to watch out of any tendencies connected to perhaps emotional overconfidence, because here this energy might also make you want to reevaluate your worldviews, your perspectives of reality. And at the same time here, this full moon could also signify a possible culmination or a major turning point, especially here with the nodal axis being activated. There is that karmic undertone that this full moon carries overall. And any decisions that you make now may change your path moving forward significantly. So make your decisions wisely. All right, so here on June the 17th, Mars will enter Virgo, and that's your 6th house. So here we've got Mars in Virgo, Mars in the 6th house. So here we've got the need for precision, the need for reorganizing your schedule, your daily life, your lifestyle as well. This is an amazing time to really take care of your health and well-being. And with Mars here also, your attention is of course pulled towards matters connected to work and your daily life, daily responsibilities as well. And generally Mars is happy in the 6th house. It's strong. And generally Mars here really focuses on effort, on mastery, on productivity, effectiveness as well. So expect a surge of in productivity as soon as Mars enters your area of the 6th house, because you are likely to take on more tasks or responsibilities, which is okay because Mars will give you the energy, the motivation to do it. But at the same time, this transit can make you very, very productive and more organized as well. Now here, something to watch out for with this transit is to be aware of any tendencies connected to criticism, burnout, or perhaps becoming overburdened by trying to do everything perfectly. When it comes to your health, this is a time to fix whatever isn't working. Maybe that's redefining your diet, your dietary habits, for example. Maybe you want to implement more exercise into your daily life, daily routine. So this is a good time for small interventions in your diet, in your daily life, daily routine. These can make a big, big impact at this point in your life. All right, but at the same time here, if you feel stressed, if you feel overwhelmed, make sure that you prioritize your health because you can overextend yourself quite substantially here with this transit. So it's essential to also remember about maintaining a healthy balance. All right, so we end the month with a new moon in Cancer, and that's here, your 4th house again. So as you can see, the area of home is really, really activated this month with Jupiter and, of course, with this new moon at the very end. So new beginnings in the area of home, an opportunity for new intentions, new opportunities. And we've got a harmonious sextile to Mars in Virgo during this time as well in the 6th house. So this is a really positive, harmonious connection between the new moon and the Mars, your ruler as well. And a great time overall for planting seeds connected to your emotional safety, security, your home life as well. This is generally an opportunity for a renewal of your domestic foundation. So perhaps you are going to be hosting a family event. There could be some family shift changes happening as well. Or perhaps you might be planning a renovation. Or generally this is about seeking more comfort, more stability at your home. So here, a great time for finding more comfort, creating a nurturing space within your home environment overall. And here, Mars's influence, your chart ruler. Mars's influence adds initiative. Mars's influence adds effort as well. So you might take some really, really concrete steps forward and start planning renovations or perhaps some changes in your living arrangements, living situation. Or perhaps it could be also about improving your relationships with or relationship with a certain family member as well. So lots of supportive, cooperative energy around this time here in the area of home. So thank you very much. This is what I've got for you today, Aries, and let's move into the next sign. Hello and welcome to your June 2025 monthly horoscope. So here we start with Jupiter, the planet of expansion, growth, abundance, moving into its sign of exaltation, and that's Cancer. And that's your 3rd house. So here we've got enhancement and a boost of energy here coming into your area of siblings, neighbors, short distance travel, writing, communication as well. So here, with the 3rd house, Jupiter, where Jupiter is exalted, of course, in Cancer. This is when, this is a great opportunity generally for using your speech, for using your writing skills, and engaging in intellectually stimulating activities, because this is a very powerful time for learning, for mentoring, for teaching, for writing, as well for guiding others. You might also find more harmony with your siblings or extended family as well. This is also when you might find yourself traveling more, especially short distance travel is enhanced, boosted, and it could be very, very enriching. It could lead to some enriching experiences as well. Jupiter overall here brings protection in the area of everyday activity, movement. So here a great time for also engaging in communication-based projects, or perhaps it's also a great time for building connections within your immediate or your environment. Great time for networking, for getting to know people in your neighborhood, your neighbors as well. Something to watch out for here with Jupiter in your 3rd house between June 2025, June 2026 is a possible tendency that could lead to over-committing to too many ideas. So you need to prioritize what's important at a certain time in your life. Or perhaps you also have to watch out of being overly certain of opinions. So something here to also watch out for as well. All right, so here on the 11th, we've got a full moon in Sagittarius happening at 20 degrees of Sagittarius, and that's your 8th house of transformation, deep transformation, inheritance, shared and joint resources. This is also the house of debts, vulnerability, deep emotions, and generally what lies beyond our control. So a full moon, of course, is a time of a culmination, major breakthroughs, turning points, strong realizations. This full moon will form a square, which is a tense aspect, tense alignment with the nodes. So with the north node in Pisces and the south node in Virgo. So that's your 5th and 11th house that are activated. And here, so Pisces and Virgo energy. So generally this full moon adds a layer of karmic undertone intensity, if you will, here with the nodal axis being activated. So you may, this could indicate that you might have to face a certain degree of some kind of situation, or perhaps it could be about some culmination connected to money that you own, or anything to do with debts, your credit card, for example, joint finances, some partnerships, or perhaps some unresolved emotional issues from the past. So this is a moment of release, letting go. And perhaps this energy will also, this full moon, if you will, might force you to let go of any attachments, or perhaps anything connected to dependency, especially if it's blocking your ability, opportunity, potential to move forward, to grow. Now here with the moon overall, the full moon, the 8th house. The 8th house is not a comfortable placement for the moon. It can stir fear, it can stir emotional volatility as well. So you will generally need some activity throughout the day around this full moon to calm your nerves. If you feel stressed, if you feel overwhelmed, this is a good time overall to engage in activities that make you feel calm overall. Now, at the same time here for you, Taurus, this is also an opportunity to release any entanglements, whether financial, emotional, for example, generally those that are no longer a part of your path forward. All right, so this is your opportunity to let go overall of what is draining you, what doesn't fit into your reality anymore. All right, so on the 17th, we've got Mars moving into Virgo, a big event whenever Mars changes signs, because Mars usually stays around 6 to 8 weeks in a sign. So here, this usually brings a major shift. This is your area of the 5th house, the house of pleasure, fun, children, creativity, romance as well. So that's the area of Virgo for you. And this is a good time for engaging in creative projects, activities, for dating, and for parenting as well. Anything to do with parenting, with children. So here, Mars in the 5th house, here where Virgo is present in your chart. Mars here brings a lot of drive, motivation, fire as well, of course. So this is an amazing transit for starting projects that require precision, that require attention to detail as well. Because Mars in Virgo can really, really help you to work on something that requires mental energy, precision, consistency as well. You might feel this very strong urge for engaging in something fun, but perhaps something of a physical nature. Some kind of sport activity, something that generally it's fun, but also requires a little bit of that physical activity. Something to watch out for here with Mars in Virgo is not to become perhaps overly critical, especially in love matters, or perhaps overly perfectionist in in matters connected to any creative projects, for example, that you will be engaged in, for instance. Now here, if you have children, then this transit might demand more energy, more structure as well. So here, that's generally this is a good time for channeling your energy into something that requires consistency, structure, precision overall. Now we end the month with a new moon in Cancer. And of course, a new moon in Cancer in your third house. So yet again, the area of communication, short distance travel is activated. Lots of mentally stimulating energy here is generally activated. So a great time for learning, for studying, for engaging in intellectually stimulating activities, projects, workshops. And overall here, we've got a sextile to Mars in your fifth house in Virgo. So this gives you the opportunity to begin something that is inspirational, creative, but also practical here with that Virgo undertone. So perhaps a creative project or a blog, for instance, or perhaps a plan that involves children or your romantic partner. Now, the third house in traditional astrology is often connected to your mindset, mental energy, short distance travel, siblings, neighbors. But this area of life is sometimes underappreciated, yet it's the house that governs our day-to-day mindset and how we express what's on the inside, so our inner thoughts, what's on our mind through our words, basically. So this is also a great time for generally you're engaging in creative projects, podcasts, and anything also connected to your intuition. Because you might find that a lot of new ideas come through your thoughts, come through your intuition as well. So generally, this is an action-aligned time, but a time also when you should pay attention to your inner guidance, to your intuition, to your gut, because this is when clarity will come. And all right, so that's what I've got for you here. So lots of mental, emotional, creative energy for you this month, Taurus. Thank you very much. And let's have a look at the next sign. Geminis, welcome. Here we've got, we start the month with Jupiter moving into Cancer on the 9th. And here Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. That's your second house. The second house here deals with money, of course, movable possessions, self-worth. Traditionally, this house is also the house connected to security, stability, and of course, self-worth. With Jupiter exalted here in Cancer, you can expect growth, you can expect opportunities, blessings, especially here in the financial matters in the next 12 months. But only where you are willing to also cultivate generosity. So here, this is a very abundant energy that can bring opportunities, but this is also about sharing and being generous as well, grateful. So gratitude here is really essential here, remembering about the gratitude element here with this transit. But here the second house, of course, also rules how you sustain yourself. Is the house of financial independence. So Jupiter here generally wants you to be mindful with your spendings, with your financial decisions. This is not about wasteful spending, wasteful indulgence overall. If you have been struggling financially, or perhaps if you've been seeking new ways to earn more money, or perhaps if you are looking for a new income or a side hustle, then this transit can open new doors, can bring new opportunities that can help you to improve your financial situation. However, more than just money, this transit can help you to also rebuild your inner worth as well. Because confidence may grow through your values, especially when they are affirmed. So perhaps through recognition, perhaps through new clients, perhaps through receiving more work from your current organization, for example. Now remember, Jupiter, of course, expands anything that it touches. So here, if your spending habits are out of balance, then Jupiter also can signify gains, but also losses. So it's essential to keep this in mind. All right. So here on the 11th, we've got a full moon in Sagittarius happening at 20 degrees of Sagittarius. And that's your 7th house. So here, full moon is at a point of a culmination, a breaking point. This is often when we have some really strong realizations. This is the area of relationships, partnerships. So here also open enemies as well, contracts. So this could signify a culmination or perhaps a turning point in a significant relationship, partnership, contract. Now, the important element of this full moon is a square to the nodal axis. So this immediately tells us that there is this karmic undertone. This makes generally the connection with the nodal axis by a square makes this full moon karmically charged. So this could be related to you having to face a major decision connected to your contract, an important contract, relationship in your life. Perhaps this full moon may also make you think whether you are on the same page with your partner, or perhaps whether something needs to change. Now, because this full moon falls in Sagittarius, the sign that's opposing your sign, this could also lead to a possible imbalance, or any imbalance overall will become very, very visible. So generally, any recent disagreement that may have come up, or that may come up around this time, here this full moon will or might give you the much needed clarity, or it could be like an eye-opening moment that you might experience around this time. Now, at the same time, relationships, partnerships, connections that are built on trust, that are built on or have been built on a solid ground, they will likely strengthen. However, those that were built on a weaker ground, these might go through a certain degree of transformation. Perhaps anything unresolved from the past might resurface around this time, and perhaps there will be a need for closure. There will be a need for resolution as well. All right, so here. Generally here, with this full moon may make you realize where you stand with your commitments, whether what's working and what isn't overall. All right, so on June the 17th, Mars enters Virgo. So a really important event. That's your 4th house of family and home and family-related dynamics, your roots, where you come from. And this is, of course, the foundation of your chart. Mars here being here in Virgo, the sign that squares your Gemini rising sign. Mars here could bring conflict, a lot of action, fire as well. And maybe the need for restructuring this area of your life, your home life, or renovating, fixing what's broken, fixing what's breaking down as well. So you might feel this really increase need for renovating your home, for gardening, for decluttering as well. Mars here could also make you feel slightly restless at your home as well. So it's a really great time for generally releasing the excess of Martian energy, that restless energy, on engaging in home-related improvements and projects. Now, this transit could also bring potential tension within domestic relationships as well. So something to also watch out for. And here with Mars in Virgo can also perhaps make you more of a perfectionist within home-related matter. And perhaps you might want to restructure your living space, take on a DIY project, for example, as well, which is a fantastic time for doing so as well. So lots of activity here at your home with this transit. And perhaps also during this time with the square to the ascendant, perhaps something unresolved from the past, some deeply buried emotions, connections with family members may need to be confronted during the duration of this transit. But this can also allow you to bring more stability, bring more harmony as well, as you clear or move away from that negative energy, or confront it first in the first place. All right, so we end the month with a new moon in Cancer happening on June the 25th, and that's your second house. All right, so here the second house deals with possessions, income, resources. Of course, Jupiter is here as well, and this connecting to this new moon, of course. So that's a really beautiful, abundant energy. We also have a sextile to Mars in your fourth house. So this is a powerful new beginning here for you. And this energy overall could bring some new beginnings, new opportunities, as long as you take intentional action. So here, anything to do with your income, finances as well, financial security, stability. So now is generally the time to plant seeds connected to your financial plans, connected also to your self-worth. Anything that will help you to find more fulfillment in this area of your life. And since Mars and Jupiter support this lunation, perhaps this could be connected to investing in a home-related matter. Perhaps this could be connected to restructuring family finances as well, which is a very favorable time overall. Now, this could also indicate that you'll be working from home on a work, business-related matter as well. So there is an element of home attached to this new moon. But overall here with the second house, a great time for starting a new project, for planting seeds that could help you to find more emotional fulfillment, stability in the area of finances, resources, possessions. Of course, Jupiter is here, so definitely take advantage of these energies. All right, so overall what you plant now can show some really abundant, fruitful outcomes and results in the future here, especially with Jupiter being so closely aligned with this new moon. Thank you very much. Now, Cancers, welcome. We've got a busy month, of course, an amazing month, hopefully, because Jupiter is moving into your first house, into Cancer, where it is exalted. So that's absolutely fantastic, because here Jupiter will be very happy and will bring a lot of protection, opportunities for 12 months. So it's a blessing. It's a time of personal renewal, expansion as well. You might feel more hopeful, you might feel more confident, and you might have more faith in your future, in the direction that you're heading as well. Jupiter here also improves your health, well-being, improves your connections, relationships with others. But Jupiter also brings or can bring a certain degree of responsibilities. Of course, it's not just unicorns and rainbows. It's on and off with this transit. Pay attention when it's going to align with your ascendant, because that's when these opportunities growth are especially activated. Pay attention when it aligns with any other placements you have in Cancer or in the other water signs. But this energy can really help you to align yourself with the direction that you want to be moving towards. This is about acting with integrity. So a really beautiful energy for starting new ventures, new projects, for moving forward with your goals. Jupiter's energy can really uplift you, but also generally bring new opportunities for life improvements, more optimism as well. All right, so that's here Jupiter. Now on the 11th, we've got a full moon in Sagittarius at 20 degrees of Sagittarius, and that's in your 6th house. There is a karmic undertone to this new moon because this full moon, because this full moon will square the nodal axis, the north node in Pisces and the south node in Virgo. All right, so the 6th house activated here for you. And this is the house of course, of work, hard work, even of service, of your skills, and the house of everyday life, everyday reality, duties, responsibilities. This generally, this area of life highlights your day-to-day commitments, your obligations as well. But generally, full moons bring realizations, breakthroughs, turning points. You might also realize that perhaps you've been overextending yourself at work, for instance, or in a different area of your life, connected to your everyday reality overall. Now, at the same time, you might realize that perhaps, or you might actually question what you do, the work that you do, the projects that you're engaged in, whether there is enough I think you're seeking meaning and purpose in things that you do on a daily basis, or at least the projects you're involved in. Sagittarius generally wants you to find more meaning in what you do, in what you offer. And here, this energy could also make you question whether your efforts are aligned with your life principles, with your beliefs. And with this full moon squaring the nodes, the nodal axis, here this could be related to your job, a project you're working on, and perhaps might be reaching a turning point, a culmination. At the same time, this is an opportunity to letting go, releasing what no longer serves you, especially in the daily life, reality. So there could be some potential lifestyle changes, routine-related changes, shifts going on. Perhaps health checkups if you're recovering from a surgery, then following the full moon, usually the healing process is much quicker. All right, so that's here Mars, and also a good time for going on a detox, for detoxing your body here with the full moon in your 6th house. On June the 17th, Mars moves into Virgo. That's your 3rd house. So here Mars, the action-oriented energy, moving into the 3rd house that rules communication, siblings, learning, studying, anything to do with mentally stimulating tasks, duties, activities, as well short-distance travel. Mars here can make your mind restless. So it's a time when you really need to engage and take advantage generally of these energies, because Mars can make you very precise. Mars can sharpen your speech, can also make you a more confident communicator, speaker, but at the same time you need to watch out for any potential disputes, especially with people who are present in your daily life, perhaps your neighbors, your relatives, your siblings. Generally here with Mars in the third house, you are more eager to act on what comes into your mind. And this is also connected to just saying what comes into your mind. There is a greater tendency towards more dynamic, impulsive communication style as well, especially if you get into a disagreement, a heated debate. So overall, you might be more prone to arguing your point under the influence of this transit. This is also a good time to get on, generally to get to work on a writing, speaking, or perhaps intellectually related project, especially something that has perhaps long been delayed. So here Mars gives you the energy, the motivation to just get on with it. Now here, Mars in Virgo overall can make you more precise, more service-oriented. So this is a good time for using this transit, this energy, for organizing your thoughts, for just being an honest, authentic, and transparent communicator overall. All right, so that's here Mars. Now we end the month with a new moon in Cancer, a very fruitful, abundant new moon, because, of course, this new moon will connect with Jupiter tightly in your first house. It will also connect with Mars by a sextile in your third house. This is a moment of a rebirth overall here with the first house being activated. A beautiful new moon, a really beautiful new moon. A great time for planting seeds connected to personal development, your goals. And generally here with Jupiter being exalted, closely aligned with this new moon and this new moon sextiling Mars, what you initiate around this new moon will carry long-range significance here, because you are starting this brand new cycle with Jupiter in Cancer, but also this is a new moon, of course, a time for new beginnings, starting something brand new, planting new seeds. All right, so overall you are beginning this brand new lunar cycle, but also this is a year, the next 12 months are a big moment of personal growth, personal development. And of course, with the sextile to Mars, this energy gives you courage. This energy pushes you, motivates you to take action, to take charge of your life. All right, so overall, this is an amazing, amazing time for generally starting something new, connected to a new lifestyle, connected to your goals, your career, business, studies, or generally anything that helps you to break away from stagnation. All right, so thank you very much, Cancers. And now let's have a look at Leos. Leos, welcome. We've got Jupiter moving into Cancer on June the 9th. So a really important transit that will last for more or less 12 months. Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. That's your 12th house. Here, this is the 12th house deals with spirituality, hidden matters, spiritual retreats, anything to do with our dreams, the private side of our life, our psyche. So here, Jupiter in the 12th house is actually very pleasant because it's a transit that gives you a lot of protection from the unseen world. So lots of protective energy here that can help you to heal, that can help you to move away from any negative energies, habits. This is a moment or 12 months of self-discovery on a very, very deep level as you prepare for Jupiter in Leo transit. That's a 12 years transit that starts in 2026. Here with Jupiter in the 12th house, you have this opportunity to rest, to heal, and to deal with the private aspects of your life. So you are going to retreat from distractions. This is an opportunity for strengthening your inner world, your inner life. You might go through a major spiritual development, growth. Perhaps you'll be quitting any negative habits as well. This is also when you will gain clarity, when you will perhaps this could be a time of forgiveness, healing. You might engage in charity work, volunteering as well. So it's a very enriching time, especially here when it comes to the spiritual, private aspect of your essence. But also here, I think what's beautiful also about this transit is that beautiful protection as well from the invisible forces, so to speak. On June the 11th, we've got a full moon in Sagittarius happening at 20 degrees of Sagittarius. So here, a full moon in Sagittarius happening on the 11th. That's your 5th house activation. And the 5th house overall deals with pleasure, children, creativity, anything to do with romance as well. So overall, the 5th house is the house of good fortune, and there is a karmic undertone here. Of course, a full moon is connected to culmination, major breakthroughs, changes in direction, especially if you feel not in alignment. So with the nodes here, the full moon squares the nodal axis, the north node in Pisces and the south node in Virgo. This creates tension, especially between anything to do with joy, pleasure, fun, entertainment, and your obligations, your duties. So something that you perhaps you poured a lot of energy, effort into, whether this is a romantic relationship, a creative project, or anything to do with your children, this could generally reach a point of clarity, a point of confrontation, a turning point. Overall, what has been out of alignment will now require or demand, if you will, your attention, full attention during this time. Now, at the same time, this is an amazing full moon to also realize, to think, especially think about what brings you pleasure, what makes you feel happy, and what drains your energy, what is nourishing in your life, and what is secretly draining you. Because this is a good time for moving away, or at least realizing what's draining your energies, what's holding you back, what's kind of blocking you, blocking your voice, blocking your efforts. All right, so on June the 17th, Mars will move into Virgo, into your 2nd house. And the 2nd house, this is the house of income, movable possessions, self-worth, resources. Here, Mars is the planet of action, drive, motivation, of course. And with Mars in the 2nd house, you might have this really strong drive to increase your earnings capabilities. This is about realizing where you've been perhaps, wasteful spending here is more perhaps prominent, more visible, more noticeable. So perhaps you might be more conscious when it comes to your outgoings, your spendings. Here, Mars in Virgo makes you more precise, makes you more aware of where the money goes in and out overall. But at the same time, this energy is also good for financial negotiations, for making practical financial decisions. Now, at the same time, since Mars is the malefic in astrology, so-called malefic, this transit can also bring a certain degree of conflict over money, over resources, especially if you've been avoiding making any important, necessary decisions. Mars can be also quite forceful in Virgo, very detail-oriented. So it's a great time for budgeting, for reorganizing this area of your life. Now, here is something to be mindful of as well. is any because it's Mars. At the end of the day, Mars is connected to dynamic, impatient energy. So here, Mars can spark anxiety in Virgo in the second house. It can also make you impatient around money, or perhaps just be mindful of making any potentially risky decisions. Try to avoid rushing into unnecessary purchases around this time. And instead, this energy, Mars in Virgo in the second house, is great for seeking or working towards establishing a greater material, financial stability, security in your life. Now, we end the month with a new moon in Cancer happening on the 25th of June, and that's your 12th house energy. And this is a very interesting new moon. We've got a conjunction with Jupiter and a sextile with Mars in Virgo. So a very spiritual new moon, of course, with the 12th house being activated, the house of hidden matters, spirituality, and dreams, the private aspects of our life. But here with Jupiter involved and Mars, this is an amazing time to set intentions, to plant seeds connected to healing, letting go, moving away from negative habits, addictions. This is a time of reflection overall. And here with sextile to Mars in your second house, this is generally a beautiful alignment between your inner world, your inner life, but also your outer security. So a great time for decluttering, getting rid of things that are not necessary, that create clutter. A good time for donating, for simplifying your life as well, but also for letting go of any habits, maybe connections even, alignments that no longer serve your peace. Now, overall, this lunation here, it's a new moon, of course, and this is in a way a psychological, spiritual renewal, an opportunity for reconnecting with your inner self. All right, so thank you very much, Leos, and let's move into Virgos. Hello, Virgos, and welcome to your June 2025 monthly horoscope. We start with Jupiter, the planet of expansion, growth, abundance, moving into Cancer, the sign of its exaltation. That's your 11th house, so the house of our friendships, our social circle, communities, long-term dreams as well, hopes. So here, Jupiter in Cancer brings blessings into this area of your life. And the 11th house is a fortunate house, the house of good fortune in traditional astrology. So here, Jupiter offers expansion through friendships, through community involvement. And here, this is a very supportive energy that can generally help you find support, opportunities through influential people, through perhaps group involvement, and generally it's a very positive time for engaging in group activities, teamwork, for finding friendships, individuals, people in your life who align with your dreams, with your vision, with your beliefs as well. So this isn't just about socializing for its own sake. This is about finding people who align with your deeper goals. Here, Jupiter's entrance into this area of your life for 1 year here will help you to also achieve some of your goals, objectives as well. But here it's essential to stay grounded, realistic as well. And overall, it's a very fertile time for building meaningful connections with others, especially with those who elevate you, who support you, who believe in you. But at the same time, it's a fruitful time for reaching substantial goals and objectives as well. All right, so on June the 11th, there's a full moon in Sagittarius happening at 20 degrees of Sagittarius. That's your 4th house. So here, the 4th house, that's our home, family, our roots, private life, emotional fulfillment as well. So this lunation is a full moon, so it's not about new beginnings, but it's about the culmination, breakthroughs, revelations. And this could be connected generally to matters related to family, your living situation, anything to do with the emotional side of your essence. Now, there is a karmic undertone to this full moon, because this full moon forms a tense square, so a tense energy square with the nodes, the North Node in Pisces and the South Node in Virgo. And this can play out in a way like perhaps you'll feel like you're being pulled between what you want, what you need from in the emotional, home, family related sense, and perhaps, having to deal with the external duties, responsibilities, pressure coming from the outside world, the public life, your career life, for example. Now, at the same time, this full moon also indicates a certain degree of disruption in the home sphere, or perhaps a moment when you will have to make an important decision as well. Perhaps you're leaving the past, stepping into a new chapter, but this will require some effort. This will require some adjustment, readjustment of certain aspects of your reality. Now, traditionally, the 4th house is connected to what's beneath the surface, and this full moon may also bring some hidden tension to light, especially here connected to anything that perhaps was buried beneath the surface in the family dynamics, anything to do with your emotions as well. So a good time for letting go, for perhaps moving away from some negative entanglements, emotional entanglements, and yes, moving away from the past, and so that you can step into a future that is more in alignment, without having to carry the heavy baggage from the past. So in a way, you can liberate yourself, you can free yourself during this full moons from any emotional energies, entanglements as well. All right, so June the 17th brings a major shift. Mars moves into Virgo. That's your 1st house. The 1st house is, of course, the house of the self, of your identity, of your life direction. And here, this can be a very energizing time, especially after the 12th house influence. So very often in the 12th house, there is a tendency to become perhaps drained more easily, especially since we tend to repress a lot of energy, anger. Here with the 1st house energy, you regain your strength, you retain your vitality, which means that here you will become more assertive in nature. But here you need to watch out for any tendencies connected to over-perfectionism, or perhaps irritability, or any self-critical tendencies, because you might feel this really strong pressure from Mars, especially since Mars is in Virgo, in the sign of its detriment. Here in the 1st house, yes, you gain the energy, you get the energy to take charge of your life, but you might also have feel this strong pressure to take action, to fix everything, or perhaps to be overly self-reliant. Now, on the positive note, this is a time to focus on physical health, physical vitality, a great time for exercising, for going to the gym or jogging, for example, taking charge of your physical health overall. Now, this energy can also help you to set firm personal boundaries, especially if you found it difficult in the recent weeks with Mars in the 12th house. And this is also a time to initiate change, to change what's not working, especially if you feel like you've been holding back. But at the same time, be aware of any tendencies connected to overworking. Yeah, definitely. You need a balance here. Definitely make sure you remember about the healthy balance between work and private life, for example, so that you don't get into a burnout territory. Now we end the month with a new moon in Cancer. So yet again, your area of friendships is activated, groups, long-term goals, plans. We've got a beautiful alignment with Jupiter here, a sextile, a positive energy with Mars in your first house. So this is a new moon, of course. So a brand new chapter is unfolding here in the area of friendships, future goals as well. And here with Mars being activated, Jupiter as well, this energy gives you drive, the initiative to take action as well. And this is generally when some of you might take on a leadership role. Perhaps you'll be joining a new group. Perhaps this could be about a new collaboration, a new connection, for example. Or perhaps you'll be redefining your vision for the year ahead, which is also a good time for doing or creating a vision map overall. Because the 11th house is connected to rewards and fulfillment. And just think. This is a time to think overall about the future, your future, the future that you're building. So it's a really, really powerful new moon for planting seeds that are connected to your long-term goals, long-term plans as well. So thank you very much, Virgos. And now let's have a look at Libras. Libras, welcome. We start the month with Jupiter moving into Cancer. Jupiter in Cancer is in its sign of exaltation. So this is very, very positive. And that's also happening in your 10th house, so your public life, the area of reputation and your career, life direction as well. And here the next 12 months could be highly, highly beneficial for you, for your professional life, growth, development, public life. Jupiter overall brings the energy of growth, supportive energy here. And this could mean that perhaps you might go through a phase of a recognition for your hard work. Perhaps this could be about a promotion, or perhaps it could be about aligning yourself with the direction that you want to be heading towards. So basically, this could be about finding a greater fulfillment in the area of career, if you're retired, so in the area of your public life, outside world, wherever that you're heading now, this is your moment of increased visibility. This is your moment when you can create something meaningful, something that has a purpose. This isn't just about working towards something for the sake of it. This is about working towards an ambitious goal, objective that has a meaning. So if you have felt overlooked, or perhaps if you experienced stagnation in this area of your life, then this is a time of renewal. This is a time of elevation. So this is a time to say yes to opportunities that emerge, especially if they align with your values. Now here, full moon in Sagittarius, a full moon in Sagittarius happening on June the 11th. And this full moon is happening at 20 degrees of Sagittarius. So that's your 3rd house. So the area of siblings, next of kin, short distance travel, communication, mentally stimulating activities. So this lunation overload may highlight, bring into light any issues, matters connected to your immediate environment, to your learning objectives, to your relationship with extended family. There is a karmic undertone to this full moon. We've got a square to the nodes. So there's a karmic tension at play between what's familiar, what's comfortable, and what you are meant to evolve toward. So that's the North Node and the South Node. We've got the full moon in the 3rd house, but the sun is actually in the 9th house. So we've got the activation of the 3rd and the 9th house here. And of course, the access of knowledge, your beliefs. So something might be revealed at this time that may challenge your assumptions, your life philosophy, your belief system, or perhaps it might push you towards a brand new chapter, a brand new path, some strong new realizations as well. Now, at the same time, you might experience a shift in your mindset. Perhaps you'll be breaking away from any patterns, mental patterns, especially that no longer serve your future direction. So try not to get lost in details. This is about being open, being willing to learn, to be open to new perspective as well. All right, so on June the 17th, Mars will enter Virgo. Mars in Virgo, that's your 12th house. So here, the 12th house is a complex house, traditionally connected to hidden enemies, spiritual purification, self-undoing, spirituality, our dreams. So this could be a rather tiring transit at times. The energy of Mars might feel repressed. So it's really important that you find a healthy balance between your outside world and your inner private world, and that you also implement some exercise or some activity that will help you to release the energies that you would have absorbed throughout the day in your outside public life. Because here with Mars, it's things are repressed, the energies are repressed, the anger is repressed, frustration. So you need to find a way to perhaps release these energies. So overall, here with Mars in the 12th house, this is an amazing time to work independently. Work from behind the scenes, to rest, to purify your energy as you prepare for Mars in Libra transit to begin. Something to be mindful of. You need to be mindful of some hidden resentments, or perhaps watch out for any tendencies connected to burnout. All right, and then on June the 25th, there is a new moon in Cancer happening, activating your area of the 10th house, and this new moon will sextile Mars in your 12th house. An amazing time for setting intentions connected to your purpose, something meaningful. This is a brand new cycle, one that wants you to build something emotionally meaningful. It's not just about success and recognition. This is about something that feels emotionally fulfilling, that feels emotionally meaningful. We've got Jupiter here as well. And of course, I told you about Mars in the 12th house that can make you sometimes feel unappreciated or unseen. But here with this new moon, this is your opportunity to set intentions connected to your path forward, to your reputation as well. The sextile from Mars in Virgo offers this really subtle energy, a subtle effort. So here with this new moon and Mars being activated from the 12th house, this could also suggest that whatever that you start around this time, whatever projects that you begin, whatever plans that you seed connected to your public life, your outside world, your ambitions, your goals, generally this project, this goal, this idea will likely mature over time, or perhaps has an amazing chance to change your professional identity direction as well. So this is an amazing moment for planting seeds, without a doubt, connected to a new role, reputation, your path forward, especially seeds, projects that integrate the private aspect of your essence with your worldly ambitions, with your worldly achievements. So it's about acting with intention. Thank you very much, Libras, and let's have a look at Scorpios. Hello, Scorpios, and welcome to your June 2025 monthly horoscope. So here we start with Jupiter, the planet of expansion, growth, abundance, changing signs, moving to Cancer on June the 9th, where Jupiter will stay for the next 12 months. So that's your 9th house, the house of higher learning, life philosophy, legal matters, higher education, long distance travel. So this is a really, really important transit, especially one connected to spiritual growth, development, legal matters, international affairs, publishing, anything to do with growth connected to careers in teaching, mentoring, coaching, publishing, legal matters as well, law, for example, regulation. So Jupiter, of course, as the great benefic, brings protection, expansion as well to whatever that it touches. And here in this area of your life, this is a profound turning point in your belief system. So here, this is when you'll be redefining your life direction, your life philosophy, your life principles. You might attract some really significant mentors into your life, or perhaps you might want to become one. A great time for learning astrology or anything that sparks your interest overall. And travel, definitely travel is increased as well under the influence of Jupiter in the 9th house. So here Jupiter's presence here will overall spark a renewed sense of faith, whether in an intellectual sense, whether in a spiritual sense or religious sense. So this is when you've got this amazing opportunity to evolve and learn new things, engage in adventurous activities that can really help you to move forward, closer even to your purpose. And to this energy can help you to realign yourself with your path. So really, really amazing transit. And on June the 11th, we've got a full moon in Sagittarius happening at 20 degrees of Sagittarius. So here with full moon, so that's your 2nd house. So here your finances, resources, possessions, values, movable possessions. So full moon is connected to major breakthroughs, realizations, maybe some financial decisions that you'll be making around this time, transactions as well. This full moon will connect with the nodal axis by a square. So here there is a karmic undertone to this full moon. So the 2nd house is also the area of financial security and stability. So with the nodes being activated at this time, so that's your area of the Pisces, so that's the 5th and the 11th house, you are being pulled slightly away from overly familiar patterns. So that's the that's the south node, There's a south node in the sign of Virgo, which is of course your 11th house, and perhaps you are moving away, you're being pulled away from perhaps clinging to self-reliance or perhaps some fixed mindsets. And this full moon, and it might not be an easy step because there is a square, so it will require some effort. And here, this is about moving closer towards, or maybe even embracing, new ways of stability. So perhaps you'll be changing changing how you earn money, how you manage your finances. So there could be some shift into how you earn, how you manage your finances, for example, or perhaps a new opportunity may show up as well, that could help you to also bring or implement more stability, financial security and stability. But at the same time, you might be also letting go of some fixed mindsets also connected to your ability to earn money or sustain consistent income, for instance, or perhaps any beliefs about your self-worth. for example. Here you are making space for new values, sustainable value systems, those that align with your evolving self. So here with this full moon, you've got this amazing opportunity to let go of what no longer supports you in the financial sense, in the sense of financial security, stability. But this will be done in a meaningful way here with Sagittarius being influenced. So this is about considering not just what you earn, but what you truly value in your life. Now, on June the 17th, Mars moves into Virgo. So that's your 11th house of friendships, long-term goals and hopes, good fortune as well. Mars in Virgo overall performs well through disciplined action, through strategic action. If we work in a disciplined, strategic manner, then we can really get through to the end. This transit, we can really achieve quite a lot. So it's a powerful time for collaborations, for engaging in groups, group activities, workshops as well, networking. Mars brings energy, drive, motivation, but also a potential for conflict. So it's also essential to be mindful of potential power dynamics, especially in group settings or perhaps in disagreements over specific topics, subjects, or shared visions, for instance. Now, generally here with Mars in the 11th house, this is a really amazing time for working with others, for teamwork, for engaging with groups as well, because here you can reach your goals, you can reach your objectives if you join forces with others. It doesn't have to be done purely through your own efforts here, especially with Jupiter in the 9th house at this point, Mars in the 11th. This is a good time for getting yourself out there, for networking, engaging in some group efforts, because by doing so, you can meet like-minded people, you can expand your network, expand your connections. And here with Mars, you've got the energy, you've got the confidence as well for taking action, for speaking up, for perhaps having more confidence in your own voice. All right, so here, that's Mars. Now we end the month with a new moon in Cancer in your 9th house. So yet again, the area of publishing, higher learning, education, travel, long distance travel is highlighted at the end of the month. A new moon is about new beginnings. We've got a sextile to Mars, conjunction with Jupiter. So it's a really interesting new moon for planting new seeds connected to any activities related to personal growth, personal development, anything to do with teaching, coaching, or even applying for a passport, for a visa, for example. Perhaps you're planning a far-away trip. And generally here, the sextile from Mars in Virgo gives this new moon in Cancer a massive boost. A massive boost of practicality, the energy to follow through, especially through planning, through networking, through collaborations, for example. So an amazing time to move forward with a specific goal, idea, especially something connected to long-term goals, something that has a meaning, something that is purposeful as well. All right, so thank you very much, Scorpios. And now let's have a look at Sagittarius. Sagittarius, welcome. Welcome to your June 2025 monthly horoscope. So here we start with Jupiter, the planet of expansion, growth, abundance, moving into Cancer, the sign of its exaltation. And this is happening on the 9th of June in your 8th house. So here Jupiter will stay in Cancer for the next 12 months. So Jupiter, of course, is your ruling planet. Jupiter rules Sagittarius. So whenever Jupiter changes sign, this also shifts your perspective of reality, your mindset. And here Jupiter will be in Cancer So for you, this is, of course, your 8th house. The 8th house deals with inheritance, joint and shared resources, partnerships, transformation as well. So this is an important, potentially soul level transformative transit, if you will. And Jupiter overall in the 8th house, Jupiter in the 8th house brings opportunities through other people, through third parties. So when Jupiter's transit the 2nd house, this is when opportunities come through our own efforts, through our skills and talents. With the 8th house, the opportunities come through other people. So it's a time when you might receive some interesting offers, even if it's as a side hustle, for example. And this could generally be a fruitful time for engaging in collaborations, in partnerships as well. It's a major healing time, and a time of loss and transformation, but loss not in a literal sense, loss of perhaps a part of you, basically. It's a major healing phase when you might have to face certain vulnerabilities, fears as well. The past might resurface, give you a chance to let go, to understand it more clearly from a very different angle, very different perspective, but you can generally liberate yourself from something that you've been carrying for a very long time, because the 8th house is connected to what is hidden, what is buried, and not necessarily in others, but within us, within ourselves. So Jupiter here offers this amazing chance for self-renewal through facing what is difficult and through facing what is painful at times as well, because here growth comes through surrender. I've just gone through this transit. This was a very, very healing transit, much needed healing. I didn't even expect it. So at the same time here, luck comes through partnerships as well, and through investments, through government schemes even as well. So it's an interesting transit. I personally enjoyed it. Opportunities came through third parties, through others, through engagement in partnerships, collaborations as well, but lots of healing, letting go, purifying of my inner self as well. All right, so June the 11th brings a full moon in your 1st house of Sagittarius. And this is an important one, of course. And this is happening in your 1st house at 20 degrees. So a full moon is connected to culminations, breakthroughs, and strong realizations as well. This is the area of the self, your physical body, your personal identity. So this full moon could generally mark a culmination, breakthroughs, realizations as well about who you are, about how you present yourself in the outside world, about what you stand for, about what you believe in. There is a lot of meaning and purpose and faith and hope connected to this full moon in Sagittarius. Now, we've got also a karmic essence here as well. We've got this full moon squares both the north node in Pisces and the south node in Virgo. So we've got the 4th and the 10th house activated as well. And this indicates a sense of faithful pressure, or perhaps even a certain degree of tension between what you want, so what you have, and generally your current identity, persona, what you stand for, and the direction that you're meant to be moving towards, the path you're meant to walk. So you might feel caught between the need, the comfort for autonomy, independence, freedom, but also the challenge of deeper relationships, connections, commitments, or perhaps some emotional entanglement as well. Here, the 8th house theme is activated. Here with a full moons usually offer this opportunity for releasing, letting go of what doesn't serve us. And this could be very much the case for you as well. This is a potential for emotional release. And perhaps something about your sense of self is also ready to be seen, activated. Something connected to your purpose, to finding a greater meaning in your life. So you might find yourself this could be like a personal renewal. Perhaps you're letting go of a part of you that no longer resonates as well. You might feel that you have outgrown a part of yourself, and this also makes you space, or gives you space for something new to be born, to come up, to emerge. Now on June the 17th, Mars enters Virgo. Mars is strong in the 10th house, the house, an angular house. The 10th house deals with our career, our reputation, our public life, public obligations, responsibilities, life direction. So this placement of Mars, this transit, brings a lot of ambition and a lot of focus as well, determination even, but also tension. Because here with Mars in Virgo, Mars in Virgo can be highly detailed oriented, perfectionist. So you need to watch out for any tendencies connected to becoming overly critical here under the influence of this transit. You might also feel a very strong push towards proving yourself in certain situations as well, or perhaps you might be very motivated to work consistently and hard towards a specific goal. So there's a lot of motivation, high energy here, but also be aware of a possible tendency towards burnout or any conflicting situations in professional settings, in the public life, outside world. So here lots of possibilities with this transit, because this transit can make you more assertive. It can help you to work in a disciplined way, in a disciplined manner, but at the same time, remember not to sacrifice your mental or physical well-being for recognition. So it's all about balance. It's okay to be assertive, goal-oriented, determined, as long as we also make sure that we respect our boundaries and the boundaries of others, and that we also maintain a healthy balance between our inner world, private life, and our outside world as well. We end the month with a new moon in Cancer happening on the 25th. And this is a really beautiful new moon activated in your 8th house, where the moon is not very comfortable here, the house traditionally associated with Scorpio. But the moon is very comfortable in Cancer, because the moon rules Cancer. And of course, we've got Jupiter here as well, a sextile to Mars, so positive energies here, of course. And this is a very transformative new moon. And this could indicate some new beginnings here when it comes to perhaps any financial agreements or some connections, emotional bonds, unions, partnerships, perhaps. Now, on a different level, perhaps you might be facing your own shadow. There could be a situation that may force it. But here, this energy gives you maturity, gives you much compassion, and perhaps even if you find yourself in a emotionally draining situation, you can face it with maturity. You can face it from more of a compassionate side as well. Now, this new moon also forms a sextile to Mars in Virgo, and this adds, of course, action. Of course, action, drive, and especially in matters involving your career direction, because that's where Mars is present, your public life, outside world, anything generally that affects your financial life, your intimate connections overall. This could be a time when you will be initiating a new business partnership, or perhaps this could be connected to a new investment, financial goals of some kind, for example, or perhaps a new credit card, for instance, a mortgage. You might be reviewing or considering a mortgage. This could be also about confronting any more complicated, more complex emotions and doubts, perhaps inner doubts. Overall, this is an amazing new moon that can feel very, very empowering in emotional, but also in the financial sense as well, in the long term. So thank you very much. Now let's have a look at Capricorns. Capricorns, welcome to your June 2025 monthly horoscope. We start with Jupiter, the planet of abundance, growth, opportunities, good fortune, moving into Cancer, the sign of its exaltation, and that's on the 9th of June. And this is the area here where Jupiter is moving to area of commitments, contracts, relationships, partnerships as well. So here the seventh house, of course, deals with also legal matters, contracts, legal documents. So Jupiter here can bring very protective energy. It can help you to find resolution to any disputes, ongoing negotiations as well. If you are single, then someone influential may enter your life in the next 12 months. If you are in a relationship at this moment, then this transit can deepen your emotional connection, union. Perhaps you will realize so that you've got more in common than you originally thought, or perhaps you will find yourself engaged in mutual projects, mutual activities connected perhaps to travel, to personal growth as well. And since Jupiter in the seventh house also, generally Jupiter can bring it can bring new connections as well. It can bring mentors, influential people, and any connections that you establish during this time can bring long-term blessings. Any superficial connections may dissolve under pressure. So generally here with Jupiter, you seek meaning in your connections. You seek purpose as well, especially if you engage in collaborations here. It needs to have a purpose and it needs to have a meaning. All right, so then we've got a full moon in Sagittarius happening on June the 11th. And this is activating your 12th house. So here, the 12th house is the house of hidden matters, spirituality, anything to do with hidden enemies, fears, phobias as well, the private life side of our life as well. So here, a full moon is a moment of a culmination, breakthrough. This is when we have some really strong realizations about something that perhaps was unclear. Now with the 12th house influence as well, this could be related to some secrets, hidden matters that might finally make more sense. Or perhaps you might have to confront some emotional burdens, energies that perhaps you have been avoiding. So it's a good time for resolutions, letting go, and energetical renewal as well. Now with the 12th house full moon, you might also experience insomnia. So at times it's difficult to sleep for a night or two. So just here, this could be the case for you as well. It's temporary though, which is great. All right, so here overall with Sagittarius influence, it's all about finding more meaning, more purpose in whatever that we do. And of course, this full moon will connect with the nodes, the nodal axis by a square, which also amplifies the karmic energy essence of this full moon, but also fated energies, situations. So Here we've got, of course, the North Node is in Pisces, the South Node is in Virgo. So overall during this time, what's not visible on the outside might carry a deep emotional meaning. So this could involve secrets, this could involve internal tension, the need to release any unhealthy attachments, especially those that drain your energy, that block and drain that sense of control. Overall, this lunation is connected to releasing what no longer serves you, what blocks you, what drains you. But at the same time, this is a good time to retreat, to rest. You need to find time to rest because you will be absorbing other people's energy very, very easily. So by resting, by retreating, spending time in nature, listening to music, reading books, engaging in creative activities, this is how you allow your soul, your body to rest, to recharge as well. All right, so this is a full moon connected to a spiritual renewal and a very deep energy. So spending time alone, retreating can be really, really beneficial because what's ending now, it's not a loss. It will feel like a liberation. Now on June the 17th, Mars enters Virgo, and that's your 9th house. Here in the 9th house, the house of your life philosophy, higher learning, long distance travel, spiritual beliefs here. And also, of course, our wisdom, our motivation, our drive here. So you might have this really, really strong urge to study, to learn something new, to engage in activities of an adventurous, spontaneous nature. But at the same time, this is a good time for studying, for engaging in academic matters, for dealing with legal matters as well. If you are involved in publishing or foreign affairs, teaching, mentoring, coaching, this is likely to be a very highly active time. But here you need to be mindful of becoming overly critical, overly dogmatic as well, because here with Mars in Virgo excels through disciplined effort. Mars in Virgo can also boost, enhance your analytical skills. It can help you to see things that perhaps you would have overlooked otherwise, or perhaps where you would need more time to gain the clarity that is much easier to achieve when Mars is in Virgo here. So you can make tremendous progress, especially when it comes to any educational matters, legal matters, long-term goals, especially anything that expands your mind, expands your worldview as well. Now we end the month with a new moon in Cancer happening on June the 25th. This new moon will connect with Jupiter, and it will sextile Mars as well. This new moon is happening in your 7th house, of course, as well. So that's the house where Jupiter is present, which we discussed at the beginning of this horoscope. And here, the area of relationships, contracts, one-to-one dynamics is yet again activated here. Of course, new moons are connected to new beginnings, and with the 7th house, this could indicate a new contract, new partnership, a renewed commitment, or perhaps this new moon could help you to gain clarity. Perhaps it could be like a clarifying moment in your current relationships as well. Now, the Cancer is connected to our emotions, our feelings, so this could be connected to a very healing conversation session that you have with another person, a mentor, for example. This could be also connected to a possible mutual agreement between yourself and the other person that could set the tone for the upcoming months. Now, this lunation, of course, connects with Mars in Virgo as well. So this connects your personal relationships with your shared goals, with your spiritual alignment, with anything to do with education, with legal matters as well. So this is a really, really powerful time for initiating something new with another person, for entering a partnership or collaboration, for planning a trip with someone important to your heart. However, since the 9th house has got that Sagittarius undertone here, whatever that you create during this time with another, it needs to have a sense of mission. It needs to have a sense of purpose as well. Thank you very much, Capricorns, and let's have a look at Aquarius. Hello, Aquarius, and welcome to your June 2025 monthly horoscope. We start with Jupiter, the planet of expansion, growth, abundance, moving into Cancer, and that's on June the 9th, into your 6th house of work, daily life, and daily work, service as well. So here Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, very happy placement for Jupiter. So here with Jupiter, this is a good time for implementing new habits, new routines connected to health improvement. This is also a time for generally for lifestyle changes, but in a positive sense. Since Jupiter is connected to anything that's foreign, this could also indicate that you'll be working abroad temporarily, or there could be an element of something foreign. So either you working abroad, or perhaps you might be working on a project with people from different cultures, countries to yours, for instance. This transit generally offers protective, healing influence overall. If you have experienced stress or instability in your work environment, in your job, Jupiter here may bring very helpful support, perhaps through a wise coworker that you get to know throughout the duration of this transit, get to meet, perhaps a change of schedule that could be more beneficial for establishing a healthy work and life balance, or perhaps it could be related also to a new job with much better conditions. Here with Jupiter, this is about purposeful work, something that is deeply fulfilling. Now on June the 11th, we've got this full moon in Sagittarius happening at 20 degrees of Sagittarius. So here that's your 11th house, so your friendships, group activities, teamwork, long-term goals, long-term plans. This is all activated during this time. Full moons offer a point of clarity, culmination, breakthroughs, realizations as well. And this full moon will form a square with the nodal axis, so the north node in Pisces and the south node in Virgo. And this indicates a possible conflict or a situation that could emerge within, or a change of direction generally within your social world, what social circle overall. So you might experience a turning point within a friendship, within a group project, for example, of some sort. So whatever happens, whatever occurs around this full moon, whatever is revealed could challenge your current path. Perhaps this full moon could make you realize that a particular connection in your life doesn't resonate anymore, has run its course overall. Or alternatively, you might realize that perhaps a long-term objective, aspiration, goal is kind of out of alignment, perhaps needs to be reassessed, reevaluated. So overall, this could be an eye-opening full moon, making you think deeper about your connections in your life, the people that are present in your life overall. And this full moon could also make you realize who supports you and perhaps who drains your energy. Now on June the 17th, Mars enters Virgo. So this is a really important transit. Every time Mars changes signs, there's a big shift of energy because Mars stays usually around 7 to 8 weeks in a sign. The 8th house is traditionally connected to Scorpio, the house of Scorpio, traditionally speaking. So here with Mars in the 8th house, the house of debts, transformation, shared and joint resources, power dynamics, and emotional depth as well. Here, Mars here brings intensity. It can bring a lot of intensity, but also drive, motivation, and this strong need to assert yourself, to break free from any patterns related to control, power dynamics, for example. You might feel this really strong urge to clarify boundaries, especially around the area of partnerships, perhaps your intimate connection, or anything to do with shared and joint resources as well. Now, here with Mars, you might be also dealing with anything to do with loans, taxes, trust issues may also arise around this time if there is some kind of imbalance or some unresolved matters in this regard. They might resurface, giving you a chance for resolution. Overall, Mars in Virgo can be very analytical, can be very, very precise. So here, this is a great time for using this energy to your advantage. So here, by examining, by investigating where your energy, where your resources are drained, this is your chance for fixing what's working, what isn't in this area of your life. All right, so we end the month with a new moon in Cancer happening on June the 25th, and this is your 6th house. This new moon also connects to Mars in Virgo by a sextile. So here a new moon is about new beginnings, an opportunity for generally for setting intentions in the area of your work, in the area of your health, especially when it comes to your lifestyle, and also the area of your daily obligations, duties, daily reality overall. And here we've got Jupiter in Cancer as well, so really fruitful, abundant energy, and energy that gives you hope, optimism, enthusiasm. We've got a sextile to Mars in the 8th house as well, so this could indicate perhaps a new diet or a new routine, something that can help you to regenerate your energies, that can help you to feel more empowered, stronger as well, especially if you've just gone through a draining emotional period in your life. Now, this new moon could also indicate potential changes in your daily life, daily environment. This is an amazing new moon overall for implementing new habits, new routines, those that will nourish you, that will nurture your soul, your body. But having said that, since the 6th house is the house of work as well, perhaps this could also indicate a new work opportunity, or perhaps a new pet. You might be getting a new pet with this new moon or following this new moon. So thank you very much, Aquarius. Now, Pisces, welcome to your June 2025 monthly horoscope. We start with Jupiter, the planet of expansion, growth, abundance, moving into Cancer, the sign of its exaltation. So here, that's your 5th house, the house of fun, joy, children, creativity, romance. So this is one of the most fortunate transits of the year for you here. Jupiter in Cancer, in your area of fun. This transit overall boosts, improves, supports anything to do with creativity, anything to do with your hobbies, what brings you fun and joy, what makes you feel happy overall. And this energy, this transit can also help you heal any blockages that stand in the way towards expressing yourself freely, authentically, creatively, confidently as well. This could be a very fertile year as well. So many Pisces rising individuals could conceive or have a baby, or perhaps this could be related to family planning as well. And overall here, since Jupiter is your traditional ruler as well, this energy, this transit, this shift of energy impacts you personally, especially since Jupiter aligns beautifully with your ascendant in Pisces as well. So this offers a lot of emotional richness, especially through engaging in something like creative projects that are very close to your heart, or perhaps through some beautiful connections with others. So generally, it's a very joyful and delightful transit that can open new possibilities, new opportunities in the moments that you least expected. Now, on June the 11th, we've got a full moon in Sagittarius happening at 20 degrees of Sagittarius, and that's your 10th house here. So the 10th house full moon brings a lot of attention to your area of public life, your worldly goals, achievements as well, career, reputation, public roles. And of course, a full moon in the 10th house makes you very visible, very noticeable as well. And the full moon squares both the North Node in Pisces and the South Node in Virgo. So there is some karmic tension, karmic essence, undertone attached to this full moon, a possible tension between your desires, your private desires, your goals, and your public career, professional world-related obligations, duties. So this full moon might also might bring some really strong realizations about your ambitions. This full moon could also make you question your career choices, your path, and at the same time, what brings you fulfillment in your life. Now, on a different level, this full moon could be also connected to having to choose between, for example, a role, a goal, an objective, a position that no longer aligns with your work, with your values, with your objectives, or perhaps you might decide you want to step into something new, something fresh, something that is more spiritually, ethically aligned. Now, since the 10th house is at the top of our chart, this full moon could also indicate for some that your efforts are being seen. So perhaps this could be a time of recognition, feedback, visibility. And here the Sagittarius essence, on the other hand, reminds you not to chase status. It's about purpose, meaning. Whatever that you do, it needs to have a meaning. It needs to have a purpose. All right, so now on the 17th, Mars enters Virgo, and that's your 7th house, Mars in Virgo. So the 7th house deals with contracts, partnerships, one-to-one connections. And here Mars in the 7th house can stir dynamic, impulsive, tense energy in your relationships, especially if there are some unresolved issues, conflicts, imbalances of power as well. So while Mars can bring some confrontations, perhaps some arguments, disagreements, and while they might feel uncomfortable, they can really help you to clarify where you stand with your relationship, what needs to change, what are your expectations, what are the expectations of the other person. Here, Mars in Virgo is very precise, is very determined. If you are in a committed relationship at this point in your life, now with this transit with Mars in Virgo in your 7th house, this is a time to work with what's been unspoken. If you are single, on the other hand, someone of a sharper nature may enter your life, or perhaps it could be about the tendency to attract situations with people who might want to confront you, who might want to challenge you in one way or another. So with this transit, it's essential to avoid assumptions. This is about being clear. Clarity is really important. And we end the month with a new moon in Cancer, beautiful new moon, and that is here with Jupiter in your 5th house. So yet again, at the end of the month, we've got the 5th house influence being activated with the new moon and Jupiter, and this new moon connects harmoniously with Mars as well. So lots of beautiful energy. This new moon is connected to new beginnings, new intentions in the area of creativity, joy, children, romance. This is a moment in many ways of emotional renewal. And you can do so by engaging in hobbies, creative activities, perhaps anything that brings you joy, fulfillment, that nourishes your soul. Now, the sextile to Mars in Virgo here connects your 7th house with the 5th house. And this suggests that you might engage with your partner in a new project, creative project, for example. It suggests that perhaps you might enter a new partnership or a collaboration, or perhaps it could be about a new client as well. So there is this one-to-one connection opportunity. Or perhaps if you're going on a date, here engaging in something connected to art, creativity, maybe an outing at a gallery, for example, along with something else could be quite beneficial at this time. So lots of passionate, fertile energy here with this new moon. This is your moment to express yourself fully, authentically, whether through art, affection, for example, whether through working with your children on some interesting creative project. We'll explore it deeper and further closer to the date. In the meantime, thank you very much and bye for now.